Hi, I'm going to show you how to interpret the tarot in a simple 3-card layout because I love using tarot for all kinds of situations in your life. So let's imagine a situation first and then we'll look at what the cards say. So imagine that you just had a fight with your boyfriend and you're not feeling very good and you need a little bit of guidance from the tarot, just a simple 3-card spread. I have in my new book one that is called What Just Happened. And the questions are, what led up to this? What is happening right now? And what is going to happen next? That is something that you're likely to want to know after you just had a fight with your boyfriend. So I've already shuffled the cards, so I'm just going to put them out and we'll see what happens. Okay. Sometimes I find that even if you know the meaning of the cards, sometimes it's hard to interpret them in a layout. So we're just going to look at a few different things here. So the first thing I do when I want to interpret a simple layout like this is to see what kind of impression I get first. And right now I can see that some big change happened. A choice has to be made. And it's not an easy decision. It's something hard is happening. So I get a feel for what happened in the situation. I also notice that you have 2 cards that are wands, and wands are associated with the second chakra, which means that you have broken away from the tribe and your physical family, and you're doing what you want for your own family right now. So you're kind of walking your own path. You're ambitious, you want to grow, you want to expand. That's kind of where your focus is when you're dealing with the wands. The other thing that I can see is that you have 2 10 cards. You've got the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the 10 of Wands. And that's also interesting because 10s are the end of a cycle and a new beginning. 9 is basically the end of a cycle, and then you have to evaluate everything that you just went through and decide what you're going to keep and what you're going to take with you into the new cycle. And so when 10 comes around, you're evaluating and deciding and just coming up with what you're going to do for the new beginning. So a new beginning is definitely coming up. So, to answer the question, why did this fight happen? What led up to this? You have the Wheel of Fortune, which is basically a card where you see no people in the card. There's just different kinds of animals and symbols, because the Wheel of Fortune is your destiny card, and when it turns, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to know how to adapt to change. And at the core of the reading, which is here in the present, we see a person that has to make a choice. So the two of Wands has to do with picking a path and walking that path for a while. And then you come to a place where you have to decide if you like that path or if you don't like it, and if you're going to commit to it or if you're going to just let it go. So this is definitely a card that has to do with commitment. How much commitment do you want to put into this relationship? And what's going to happen next is the 10 of Wands. That is a card that shows a person that's not very happy. He's carrying 10 wands. He can't even see where he's going. So basically, it's almost like a warning that you have to be really careful what kind of choice you make in the present, because it will affect your future, and it could make you extremely overwhelmed and burdened if you make the wrong choice. Another thing that's interesting to look at when you have a layout like this is to look at the numbers and add them up. So you got the 10 there and a 3 there, that's 13, plus another 10, that's 23. If you add up the 2 and 3, you get a 5, which is an unstable vibration. So right now, your relationship is unstable, and you have to be very careful about how much you want to commit to that relationship, because it's going to affect your future. 5 can either be rigid or too flexible. So it's about finding the balance where you can adapt to change, but you're not going to end up like a doormat in the process. So sometimes when you're dealing with 5 energy, you have to draw some boundaries, and you have to make some decisions about what you want and what you don't want. So that gives you kind of an idea of how I interpret the cards very simply to give an answer to a question, which was what just happened, and what do I do about this, and where is it going, basically. I hope you found that helpful, and thank you for listening. Bye.